Hi, this is Aleksander Vitkin, and I'm here with Matt. Matt is a member of our mastermind, Business Mentor Insiders, which is on businessmentor.com. And Matt has achieved some incredible business results lately. Last month, he did $21,000 in revenue in his agency with a high profit margin. What kind of stuff has been happening in your business lately? We've mentioned that you did 21K last month, right? So what else has been happening? What are some good news?
Everything has taken like a massive speed up for now. So especially my sales, because it seems it's really counterintuitive, because I wasn't really focused on improving my sales per se, right? I was 100% focused on making my service better, on getting better results from for the clients. But at the same time, last month we closed 70% of the potential prospects that came to me. It turns out that as a result of improving my service, also more people started coming to me, right? So even though I wasn't focused per se on business development so much. And also another good thing is that I managed to hire and retain like some really, really good A players, people, who have been working with me over a year. So the clients also are staying, like our retention rates are amazing. So the clients are staying with us for 6+ months on average. I'm like, completely secure financially right now, making more money than I can ever spend. I mean, aside from savings and stuff like this, all I'm doing is creative stuff and like delegation and, managing people, making sure that my team is delivering better, supporting people, doing market research and stuff like this. So I cannot even call it work really, because it's just fun. It's like exactly what I like doing, and everything that's kind of difficult, you can call it, is done by experts better than me, which is exactly the kind of position that I wanted to be in. Basically, even though I had this amazing process for hiring people, I realized that just getting good talent is not necessarily enough, because people by themselves tend to have their own style of working, which is great, right? Some people have systems that deliver, but most of the people that you hire, they lack the capacity to develop systems that control themselves. Our own mind has some fallibility. Right? You have this memory to remember about, let's say, some certain factors that are important in delivering campaigns. It's difficult if you don't, let's say, create a checklist that will remind you to think about this factor every single time you take on a new project, right? So I realized that to help people perform at their peak level consistently, we need to build systems that kind of bypass their brain and help themselves. You have to help them make better decisions. And how do you do that? By providing them with better quality information. Where does the information come from? It comes from research, right? So I discovered that if I focus on nailing the market research process in our when we are starting new projects, and also building the systems that help people make decisions based on the finding from the research, they will automatically start creating better campaigns. So this is what I focused on, and yeah, like this is when things started to really also kick off as well when it comes to our results. One of the challenges that business owners had that came to us was that agencies that didn't deliver, let's say, kept them hostage for 12 months. So their strategy to keep clients for a long time was just get them into a contract that they cannot escape, right? And then just keep them there, right? They cannot do anything about this. They're losing a lot of money, even though those guys are not getting results, right? So we decided that's just an example. So we decided to take all those insights and basically become the opposite of that for our clients, right? Yeah. So now we actually don't have long-term contracts, because our policy is that if we are doing a good job, the clients are going to stay with us, right? So that's the focus. We are not working now. Then we realized that agencies also, one reason that people ran away from agencies was that they were not giving them enough attention, because they were focused on growth and onboarding as many clients as possible. So we decided to become the opposite of that. We decided to focus on a few projects, but instead focus on the long term, right? So that's why with our clients, we also sign the kind of percentage revenue agreements, right? So then we are incentivized based on the results, but in this case, we are 100% focused on them as well. Once the client started to see the difference between what we are doing and what everyone else is doing, then all of a sudden, like, so many clients started to come in. So as I mentioned, last month, we like 70% of our prospects decided to become our clients, which is unprecedented. People normally keep it at like 20 or something like this. Right? We're jumping on the calls with the clients. We're talking, okay, guys, so what's next? What is the current challenge? Like, how else can we solve this using our services, right? So it's actually fun. And the way I avoid like the overload with this is by basically making our team is comprised of only 8 players, right? And also we've got processes that like everyone has a manageable chunk of information, right? So I'm focused on strategy. The other person is focused on the media buying. The other person is focused on the creative stuff, the designs, copywriting, right? And we've got another separate person who's taking care of the technical issues, right? And everything else in the company that's kind of boring and taking the attention away from the client's focus is automated. So I've got assistants who are like optimizing our processes, and I've got an assistant who's like taking care of generating new clients and also taking care of all the admin stuff, financial reports, everything that I hate. So that's how I make sure that I can actually give my clients this attention and this focus by automating everything else. Everything comes down to the results. That's the most important bit. And the reason that we managed to deliver good results, so we are now focused on e-commerce businesses and also the software businesses, right? So, as SaaS companies or mobile apps. So the reason we can deliver good results is also that we are able to focus, right? So we stop taking on clients from different niches, and we are 100% focused on those two niches right now. So we know exactly how to deliver. We are able to experiment on different strategies within those niches because the learning curve in e-commerce and in software is pretty high. So by being able to focus, we can streamline also our processes. So that helps with the delivery of the results. The team is able to kind of learn more. They can spend some time on learning about e-commerce specific strategies, etc. Right? So that number one is results.
So thank you very much, Matt, for coming here and sharing everything. I really appreciate it. You have some very good insights every time I talk to you.
Thanks, Alex. It's been a pleasure.
And for anyone watching this, please do subscribe, follow. If you have any questions, do reach out to me. I usually reply to most people. All right, thanks, and see you next time.